Today I want to talk to you about the 7 questions that are important to ask a man on a first date. Today we will talk about the questions that will help you form a complete picture of a person already on the first date. And of course, this is an opportunity to quickly create an image of a person in your mind and understand whether this person is suitable for further communication or even for married life in the future. If we look far ahead, is this person suitable for you, or is it better to end everything right away on the first date? But before we get to discussing this topic, I ask you to click the subscribe button and like this video so that as many people as possible can see it. To see it and for it to appear in recommendations. So let's get started. And the first question that you absolutely must ask on a first date is, are you married and do you have a woman? Sometimes men start playing a double game, beginning to have women for their personal leisure secretly, for example, from their wife or simply a cohabitant. Therefore, an honest question on the first date will help you understand who is in front of you. And yes, perhaps the man is not ready for such a question on the first date. You will immediately understand whether he is married or not. Therefore, in order not to waste your precious time, do not be afraid to ask any questions that interest you. Moreover, such an important question should still be clarified on the first date. Next, what is your relationship with your parents? This is a very important question. While communicating and discussing distant topics, just ask. In his relationships with his parents, you will learn about his childhood, what happened in the family, trust, mutual understanding. Does he currently communicate with his parents, or on the contrary, is the communication interrupted? If a man tells you about his childhood and his parents' lives, and you understand that, for example, the parents are divorced and the father may have been a tyrant, and there were some difficult events in the family, know that there will be difficulties in relationships. This is certainly not 100% guaranteed, but there will be difficulties as the child witnessed complex relationships between the parents. But if a man tells you that there was a trusting environment, open communication, and he currently has a good relationship with his parents, then this is a good sign and indicates that there will be healthy relationships. He will develop harmoniously and there will be trust and mutual understanding in the relationship. This question helps you understand what kind of love your man, your potential partner, saw when he was still a child. That is absolute acceptance, unconditional, or on the contrary, he was not loved. That is, what you hear about his childhood and relationships with his parents will indicate what you might expect in a relationship with this man. Next, what brings joy? Ask the person, pose the question of what brings him joy in life. And his answers will tell you a lot about him, about this person. That is, for someone, joy in life is travel. For someone else, joy in life is their hobbies. For someone, joy in life is family, meaning he dreams of a family and something like that. And for someone, joy in life is entertainment, clubs, parties, alcohol. Everything you hear about what brings joy to this person's life will influence your future relationship. That is, if you dream of a happy, harmonious family and want a man to be a wonderful family man who spends a lot of time at home, but he tells you that he loves to have fun and spends nights on end in clubs, then your goals and interests do not align, meaning it will be difficult for you to achieve mutual happiness in the future. Next, what makes him happy? What are his hobbies? Perhaps the person has no hobbies, and that also says a lot. But if a person tells you that their eyes light up from some passion, that is, passionate natures, they are goal-oriented, interesting, constantly developing, moving towards something. And this development gives such wholeness to the personality. Being with such a person will always be interesting and pleasant, meaning they have an activity that makes them happy. This person could even be their job. They love their work. They love sports, hunting, fishing, or anything else. But they have a passion, a love for life, and that's great. Next, find out about the main qualities in a partner. Just ask him, for example, or at least a few signs of what he sees in his partner. That is, ask him such a question, and he might tell you that, for example, a woman, a housewife who doesn't work and raises 5 children, and at that moment you will understand whether you can imagine such a future and if you want to be part of it. That is, or he, on the contrary, talks about being child-free and traveling around the world, climbing Mount Everest, and so on. meaning a dynamic life with a lot of changes, no children, no family ties, and so on. Everything he tells you about how he envisions his partner allows you to draw conclusions. That is, whether such an option suits you or not. Next, yes. And if he cannot define the main quality in a partner, what his partner should be like, it means the person does not yet understand what he wants. And that is also not good. That is, he has not yet determined what he needs in life. Next, what is the ideal day? Ask him the question of how he would spend his ideal day. He will tell you, and you visualize in detail what he tells you. Then ask yourself if you would like to be part of such a life. That is, for example, he tells you about his happy day, and you realize that your soul sings, opens up, and you want to be in that day. You want to be with that person, spending time like that, spending your whole life like that. It means you are on the same path. But if a person talks about his happy day, his happiest day, and it makes you feel bad, you realize that you wouldn't want to be in such a day at all, then it's better to end things after the first date. Next, find out if the man keeps in touch with his childhood friends. This says a lot. It indicates the possibility of building relationships, long-term relationships. That is, if a man maintains relationships with his childhood friends, it means the relationships are long-term. The man knows how to build. If the relationships with friends have broken off for some reason, find out what the reasons are. Perhaps there were no childhood friends. Maybe there was one friend, someone betrayed someone. Find out these nuances. They will tell you a lot about the person. And it seems such simple questions. In an interesting conversation, you will be given the opportunity to paint a picture of the person in front of you and draw conclusions. Understand and decide if you want to continue building a relationship with such a man. Or perhaps you are too different and he is completely unsuitable for you. That's all from me for this video. I was with you, Alisa Vardomska. I hope for your likes and subscriptions. Write in the comments what you would like to discuss in my new videos. Don't forget to hit the bell, and goodbye to everyone.